Welcome. This is a guide for administrators on how to use the SOC platform. Today, we'll walk you through some of the features and also highlight if you do need any help and support where you can actually reach out to any of us. So after you click the login button or end up on the login URL, the first landing page that you will see would be the analytics dashboard. This is where you can pull any reports or try to find any participation data and export that if you need to. There's a lot of filters here that you can actually use to filter the data set. So for example, if I just wanted to see within the last year, how many of my students have participated in an experiential learning program of a certain category, I have the ability to pull those reports right here, and I can export that or actually look at all of these data sets and try to gain any insights if I'm looking for specific information. So for example, if I wanted to see within the last year, how many of my students have applied to or participated in these opportunities and who they are, I can actually pull those reports at any time. Um, this is a good example of what that report may look like. Over here is your navigation menu. Under here is where you would switch over to Student app if you wanted to experience that and try that out a little bit. There's also a help button here for you to get to our help desk as well as send us a support ticket if you need to. Also on every one of these options, there is a help button right here that can actually show you how to use that certain feature as well as with videos and texts, it explains and walks you through similar to the content that we're looking at today in this video. It kind of gives you a walkthrough. So what I'm going to do now is I will just go through all of these features and tell you a little bit more about what they do and how to use them. We'll start with the centralizing feature. Here you can actually look at opportunities. So if I wanted to see what opportunity listings are added to the platform and wanted to edit them or create a new one, I can do that here as well. Here you can add all of the details and really just include as many details as you would like, and have the ability to add some deadlines and tags and communities, as well as if you wanted to attach a project or a pathway to a certain opportunity or a rubric or an application process. This is where you would do all of those things regarding adding opportunities. In addition to being able to add a new opportunity one at a time, you can also import existing opportunities. One of the ways you do that is through our API network, but also you can do a manual bulk import by uploading a CSV document. If you do need any help, again, there's a help section here, as well as you have the ability to download a sample CSV file in which you can place your data and then upload the file, and that will be processed accordingly. Similar to the way opportunities are structured, the users are also structured. So you have the ability to view all of the users. You can actually search for an individual user, as well as filter the results by the roles that they have. You can add a user at a time, sorry about that, as well as do a bulk import similar to the way you would do an opportunity import. On the integrations page, you have an opportunity marketplace. So if you wanted to, say, integrate internships.com with your SOC, you can actually click enable, and somebody on our team will reach out to you, and they can connect about how do we actually make that happen and what that process would look like technology-wise. This is a little bit of a longer process, so it's not essentially um, it may not be appearing here for all of the users, but if it is, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us and we would be happy to respond. Moving on, so from the centralizing piece, we go to the matching piece, and this is where you have the ability to connect students to opportunities that are already in the system. One of the ways you can do that is you can send students emails, and under the marketing feature, you have the ability to compose an email attach a survey with the email if you wanted to. You can select users either by their role, or you can actually filter them by community or interest. So all of the students who are interested in, say, accounting, if you wanted to send them an opportunity, you can actually do that right here. Under communities, you can also add and edit communities here. So if you wanted to, say, create a community for a certain course or under a certain school so that you can market opportunities to them or make things available to them as you go along, you have the ability to structure all of that under here in the community section. Tags and categories, those are ways to organize the opportunity listings. So tags are attached to every opportunity. These are, you can think of them as keywords or search terms. Students subscribe to these tags and they have the ability to be notified about certain opportunities coming up. For example, if I was a student and I was interested in aeroscience, I could actually subscribe to that tag, and that will allow me to stay on top of the new opportunities that are coming up in there. I will be notified via email. So you can add your own custom tags here, as well as view the tags that are added within the platform by the SOC team by default. So these are the custom tags, for example, under my university right now. Or I can turn this off and see all of the global tags, which are available to you and everybody else. So the custom ones available to your school only, and the global ones are available to everybody across the board. Moving on to categories, these are the types of opportunities. So in addition to your standard set of categories that we have within the platform. So for example, student journals, or service learning, or volunteering, or work study. In addition to these, if you wanted to add a custom type of opportunity, if you have a unique program, or if you have something that has a specific name and you wanted to add that in there as a category, you have the ability to do that as well. And then later on, when you're adding opportunities, you can assign them a category. And you would do all of those things right here. Like I've mentioned a couple times, there's a help section right here that explains, as well as a support and help buttons right here that can actually take you to either a support form where somebody will get back to you within 24 hours, or our help center, which has our knowledge base, which is searchable database of help topics and frequently asked questions that you have the ability to search through and find answers if you're looking for something specific. So we've covered so far the centralizing and the matching piece. Now we're going to go to the managing piece. And managing essentially is managing the opportunities that are currently within the platform. So one of the ways you can do that is there are projects that you can attach to a certain opportunity. So for example, this is an opportunity related to, we'll just call it bug test one. But this is an opportunity where I can actually add in assignments or see what the student progress looks like. I also have the ability to see submissions, all of the applications, as well as analytics of how many students are there, how many of them are approved, and all sorts of other opportunity level data. So every opportunity could have a project attached to it, which then you can actually use a template for, or you can use a rubric for it if you wanted to. It's really just a lot of these things are optional, but you do have the ability to say assign a project to an opportunity and add a rubric to it about how the opportunity itself will be assessed. So those things are available to you in here. If you wanted to assign students to a certain pathway, which is a series of different opportunities or projects, you can also do that in here. So if your students were on a certain pathway where they have to complete various milestones, this is where you can actually add that. And then after you have added the pathway, you have the ability to assign it to people. You can view it, you can edit it, and if I click here, I can actually assign students to it right here, as well as download a report. You can also have more than one administrators for the pathways. Um, Applications is where you would set up an application if you wanted to collect some data, have the students fill out a form while they're applying for a program, have them upload a resume or some sort of a document or another form of a submission. You can actually set those up right here and link them to certain opportunities and projects. And then surveys are, this is where you can actually add a survey and then connect that to the opportunities. So really just, this is the management portion of it all, is a way for you to manage the opportunities themselves through various applications, make them part of a pathway, add projects to them, collect information, collect files. If you wanted to do all of those things, that's where this would happen. And then analyze, we looked at in the beginning, but this is where all of the reporting would be. I know that this is a lot of information and some of it may be a little bit specific for some of the use cases, but this video essentially is designed to be a general overview. Again, if you have anything specific, feel free to reach out to us at any time. We get back to everybody within 24 hours, all of the support requests. So you can fill out the support thing and a support form right here, and somebody will get back to you, as well as visit our help desk where you can actually search through our knowledge base and frequently asked questions, as well as see if there is a common issue or something that is a common occurrence that you may be able to find help for. The last section here is a very standard profile section. This is where you would add a lot of this information if you want to or need to. You can also change some of the information here as needed to correct any mistakes. If you wanted to change your password, for example, this is where that would happen. So this is the overview of Student Opportunity Center for administrators. Thank you very much, and I hope you found this to be helpful. To reach out to me directly, I'm at abdullah@studentopportunitycenter.com, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you very much.